Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cup Council. I hope you're all on a fantastic day. If you are, then please let me know in the comment section down below. And as you can see by the thumbnail and title, this is a match preview for the Merseyside derby on Sunday in the FA Cup. Obviously, it's a big game. Every single Merseyside derby pretty much is a big game now, and it's going to be very interesting to see what Jurgen Klopp does for this game on Sunday. Obviously, it's the whole debate: will he go strong or will he mix it up a little bit? We are going to dive a lot into it tonight. Hopefully you guys are liking the content on the channel at the minute. If you guys haven't seen our match reaction yesterday to Liverpool's victory over Sheffield United, then it is on the channel. We did stream last night for that, but if you guys haven't seen it, then please go and check it out on the channel. And also, guys, if you are new around here, then please do subscribe to the Cop Council. We are hoping to get 200 subscribers by the end of the month, so hopefully we can start 2020 with a huge victory bonus, then we could say. And hopefully you guys are liking the content like I just said, and hopefully we can bring you some good content for you guys. But yeah, if you are new around here, then please do subscribe to the Cup Council, and it literally, guys, all the support is really appreciated, and I can't thank you all so much for it. But moving back on to tonight's topics, then you can say, obviously we will be talking a lot about the Merseyside derby tonight. We'll be interacting with you guys in the chat, if there are any in the chat, and obviously we will dive in a lot more to what will Liverpool, what I think Liverpool will line up, what you guys think Liverpool line up, your score predictions, and like on my score predictions, we'll have some injury news for you guys, and we'll also have a little bit of transfer gossip for you guys, because obviously it's January. We all look for a little bit of transfer gossip, and hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. I can see a few of you in the chat now. Mark is in the chat. How are you, sir? How are you doing? I'm very good, thank you, Mark. Yeah, the cold that I've had for about a month, I think now is dying, so hopefully now it's gone. Hopefully we can stream a lot more now, and hopefully it's gone completely now. Also, Mickey's in the chat. How are you, sir? We're gonna have to do something, Mickey. I know that we were talking a little bit in the WhatsApp group about doing something, so hopefully we'll get to do that in the next couple of days, hopefully. He's saying, hi, all. Mark's going for a 3-1 win to Liverpool. To be fair, that's what I'm predicting as well. I'm predicting Liverpool to win 3-1 on Sunday. No matter what the team is, I think that Liverpool will win the Merseyside derby. Everton haven't won at Anfield for, I think it's 21 years now, or 22 years, I think it is. So, I think it's 21 though. But yeah, honestly, that's a ridiculous record, and I think it will continue on, and they won't beat us. I think the last time they beat us was like 2010 at Goodison. So it's gonna be a big game for them. It's obviously a big game for us, but I think Everton will take this a lot more seriously than Liverpool, for example. Like Mickey, think it's going to be big changes in team. Yeah, we're going to be diving into the starting 11 prediction in a little bit, but yeah, I've got a little bit of rotation in my prediction anyway. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well. If you are watching live, then please do let me know, or if you're watching on repeat, then put it down in the comment section down below, and let me know your starting 11 prediction and your score prediction as well. Mark saying hi to Mickey as well. Yeah, massive changes. Yeah, it looks like that. Anyway, still have to use a lot of the main squad because of injuries. Yeah, we do have to use a lot of the first team squad. I think Jurgen wouldn't want to do that if we had the full squad to dive into, but I think with certain situations, with now looking like Naby Keita is going to be injured again for a little bit, and we'll dive a lot more into that tonight anyway. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything good, then you couldn't say. Can't see us losing at home though. Yeah, I can't see us losing at home neither, Mark. It's we haven't lost, we didn't lose at all in 2019 in any competition, and I think that it's going to be very, very interesting to see what Jurgen Klopp actually does. I think, knowing that we've got Everton now on Sunday and then we've got a complete week's rest, I think we play then Tottenham on a Saturday. I think that, it's going to be interesting to see what Jurgen Klopp does, because he might go full team against Everton and, get that win, because he might focus on the FA Cup. Obviously with us storming away in the league, obviously that's not over with at all, but with us steamrolling the league, then you can say, maybe Jurgen wants to add maybe that little bit of competition, then you could say, with the FA Cup. But yeah, let's dive straight into the topics then for tonight. If I look a bit that way as well, I'm just looking at my notes, guys. Yeah, so Liverpool could make history yet again. Obviously 2 years ago we played Everton in the FA Cup in the third round as well at Anfield, and a certain person put on this kit that I'm wearing tonight, and scored the winning goal. That person obviously was Virgil van Dijk, and Jurgen Klopp was talking about Virgil van Dijk, and obviously by the thumbnail and the title as well, we've added Takumi Minamino. Obviously, Minamino is a brand new signing from Salzburg. Obviously, he had some time off while Salzburg were having their winter break, and Jurgen Klopp was talking about Minamino and saying, he's had a few sessions now and he looks good, but Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that he isn't sure yet whether or not Takumi Minamino will play against Everton. I personally think he will play against Everton. I personally think he will start against Everton. I think that Jurgen Klopp was talking about Virgil van Dijk, and he did say that Virgil van Dijk wasn't meant to play that game, but he thought, just put him in the team. What can we lose practically? And the rest is history. With him being the best defender in the world by a mile, and especially that game as well, his first game, his first big memory, then you can say, in a Liverpool shirt, was him scoring the winning goal against Everton in the Merseyside derby. But yeah, Takumi Minamino, will he play? Will he not play? I personally think he will start for Liverpool against Everton, and I think that Jurgen Klopp has talked about over the previous couple of weeks now, where will Minamino play? It's a real good question as well, guys, that I think that only Jurgen knows, because he can play anywhere in the front three. He could play in Firmino's role, he could play on the wings, but I personally think that he will play in the number 10 role tomorrow. Maybe that's an inkling on who I think is going to play tomorrow, but yeah, I do think Takumi Minamino will be playing in that 10 role for Liverpool, and I think we're going to be switching formations slightly to a 4-2-3-1 tomorrow. But yeah, well, I'll dive into a lot more of our starting line prediction in a little bit. Also as well, if you didn't know, Liverpool are world champions, and tomorrow we will be able to show that we are world champions. Obviously we haven't been able to wear the Club World Cup winners badge in the league, due to a stupid reason. I think it's because obviously you need to register it, and you can't register it mid-season. I think that's the rule. I'm not really sure on it. Obviously we wore it against Wolves, that was a one-off. We can wear it in the Champions League. UEFA, I don't really care about things like that, but we will be able to wear it in the FA Cup, which is fantastic news, showing Everton who the champions of the world really are. And it's you want to wear it because it is a proud badge to wear. Only 2 English teams now have won the Club World Cup, one of them being Manchester United, the other one's being Liverpool Football Club. And getting that Club World Cup was a very, very big thing, and I think that just wearing it is very, very good for the Premier League. I don't know why the Premier League don't want their Club World Cup, well, the world champions of the world, showing off, a Premier League club is world champions. I don't get why they won't do that. I think at the time as well, Man United wasn't allowed as well. That was 10 years ago now. So, obviously some people might say it's a bit unfair if Liverpool were to wear the badge, but it's stupid in my opinion. It's like the whole rule with Minamino, if you signed him on the first or the second, they couldn't play in the next match day. Thought that was a bit stupid as well. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a very good thing now that Liverpool will be able to wear the Club World Cup badge. In other news then, obviously I did say about Naby Keita. Obviously he was set to start against Sheffield United, but obviously was injured in the pre-match warm-up. So, you know, very sad news then for Naby Keita. Obviously, you know, he's had to wait for his opportunity. And I think personally, while he's had his opportunity, he's shined as a Liverpool player and shown what he can do in this Liverpool team. You know, he's been unlucky with injuries. You know, at the end of last season, you know, he went on a fantastic run and, you know, was really, really good in this Liverpool side and then got injured. I think that was in the first leg of the Barcelona game. And, you know, ever since then, I think he went to the African Cup of Nations and they rushed him back, and you know it just didn't work out for Naby. He got re-injured, missed the first part of this season, but then when he has been introduced to the team, like I said, he's been superb, and hopefully everything is okay with Naby. Obviously Jurgen did confirm he went to a scan today, but Jurgen couldn't confirm anything you know, at the time of the press conference or anything like that. So you know it's going to be a load of, you know, is he okay, is he not? Hopefully he's all okay. Hopefully, you know, with the gap now we got from now until Spurs, hopefully maybe, you know, he can play against Spurs or feature in that Spurs game. You know, as well, you know, we've got injuries like Joel Matip, Dejan Lovren, Fabinho, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Jurgen Klopp did confirm today that Joel Matip and Fabinho, and I think he said Dejan Lovren as well. I'm not quite sure about Dejan Lovren, but I definitely know Fabinho and Joel Matip are now running out on the pitch as well. They're starting to get now that you know, fitness going, so hopefully they'll be back now in a week or two. You know, Jurgen Klopp did say he hopes to have all four of those people, you know, Fabinho, Joel Matip, Dejan Lovren and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain back by mid-January. So, you know, that's fantastic news. Obviously, Ox was the recent injury with that. Obviously, he got injured at the Club World Cup. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we can have all them back. As you know, Liverpool at the moment, you know, we've 20 games into the Premier League. We've won 19 of them and drawn one. And, you know, having those players back, they're going to be like fresh signings. You know, obviously we've had them this season. I'm not saying that. But, you know, like the likes of Fabinho, we haven't had Fabinho in a month or in a month and a bit. And I think that, you know, that's going to be so crucial. You know, Jordan Henderson has done an absolutely superb job. Oh, my lights are going out. He's done an absolutely superb job while Fabinho has been absent. And, you know, I put on Twitter last night. If you're not following us on Twitter, then hit the video descriptions links. And yeah, our Twitter is there. I was talking about Jordan Henderson last night on Twitter. And I thought that, you know, his performance against Sheffield United was world class. You know, I've seen a few clips on, you know, I think it's Radio 5 Live, I think it is, I'm not quite sure, but, you know, I've listened to a few of them and they've had the debate on whether Jordan Henderson is a world class midfielder. The answer is yes. Jordan Henderson is a world class midfielder at this current moment because, you know, he gives 110% for this football club. You know, I was listening as well, funny enough, to Jordan Henderson's podcast he did with Jamie Carragher, and he was talking about how he's had to give up, you know, his style of football for the club. And, you know, he did have to do that before Fabinho came into the team. You know, he was playing that 6 role. He said that, you know, he is most comfortable playing an 8 role in a team. You know, it was, you know, it's one of these things where I think Jordan Henderson is a proper leader, and I think that, you know, that's what Liverpool have needed in the past, and that's what they need right now. You know, especially in this title race, and especially, you know, the Champions League run and all like that. And he was talking about, you know, I don't know if you guys have listened to it. I think he did it at the end of November. So, you know, if you do, if you haven't listened to it yet, go on Spotify or, you know, any listening podcast apps, and it should be there. You know, I thought it was very, very interesting, and I thought that, you know, it's just hearing Jordan Henderson's attitude. You know, he's been criticised about, you know, the captaincy role and all like that. For me, Jordan Henderson's probably been one of the best Liverpool captains, maybe of all time. You know, you wouldn't think, you know, following Steven Gerrard is hard enough to begin with, but, you know, Jordan Henderson has taken that role and taken it very, very well, and, you know, he's become the leader of this Liverpool squad. You know, we have leaders in the squad. I'm not saying that, you know, we have the likes of Virgil van Dijk. Apparently Gini Wijnaldum is very, very leadership like. You've got James Milner as well. You have leaders there, but Jordan Henderson is the prime example. And I think, you know, if any youngsters anyway are like captains in a team, I think you need to look at Jordan Henderson and look at the example he's showing this Liverpool side. And, you know, it's a very, very strong example. And, you know, I don't know if you guys agree with this. Please let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, I do personally feel like Jordan Henderson is a very, very good example, and you can say, for Liverpool Football Club and for football and other sports in general. But yeah, let me dive into your comments, guys. I've been talking for about 10 minutes now. I will get talking a bit more about the game, but excuse me, let me talk a bit more about well, let me talk to you guys anyway. Let me scroll up. Adrian to play in goal with Phillips and Mini, said Mickey. That's a very possible thing, my friend. Origi must play always scores against Everton. He does, mate. He's the talisman against Everton. You know, it's plain as simple as that. It's, you know, he is the main goal scorer against Everton, and, you know, he's got to start. You know, he's got to start. It's sad when you have to play the front three, but, you know, I don't think, you know, the front three will get risked as much. I think one of the front three will play against Everton, but, you know, it will be nice to see Divock Origi scoring against Jordan Pickford again, because I assume Jordan Pickford will get picked for Everton. Mark said he must use Jones. I think you're assuming Curtis Jones. Yeah, he could very well use Curtis Jones. Apparently, according to James Pearce anyway, I think I read, you know, he expects Takumi Minamino to start. He expects the likes of Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones to appear anyway. So, you know, it's going to be very, very interesting to see where Jurgen Klopp actually goes tomorrow. Like I said, will he go, you know, with experience? Will he go for the first team, or will he maybe bring in some youngsters and, you know, rest a few of the you know, the few of the first team? Because obviously we've played a lot of football, and like Mark said earlier on, we have had injuries, so, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what Liverpool actually do in this game. Ooh, I moved my setup then. What else have we got? Mini will play, I'm sure of it, said Mark. Yeah, I think he will, mate. We can use the badge again. Yep, we can. Like I said, we can wear the Club World Cup badge with pride tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry, on Sunday. You know, I don't get why the Premier League don't want to allow us to do it. You know, I think it's a bit dumb. You know, if it's all to do with registering, then I think, you know, obviously with Nike being, you know, our kit sponsor for next year, maybe they can register it. And, you know, it would be nice, because, you know, you've had teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona wear it in previous years. The Premier League need to do it. They need to show who the world champions are, to be fair. Dave the Anfield Cat is in. How are you? The Carlo effect will give the bitters a 20% more boost. Defensive will be better organised. It could be tight, 1 goal in it, says Dave. Yeah, I've gone for a 3-1. I think that, you know, Liverpool will be, you know, too strong for Everton, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, I can definitely see what you mean, but they're obviously going to be better defensively. I think that, you know, obviously Carlo Ancelotti, to be fair, Carlo Ancelotti is the only manager to beat Liverpool this season, you know, with Napoli. So, you know, he definitely knows how to, you know, get a result then against Liverpool. But, you know, that was with a Napoli team, not an Everton team. You know, we saw what he did against Manchester City. Manchester City beat them, I think it was 2 or 3-1 or nil. I don't know. I don't really care. But yeah, it was. You know, I definitely know that they lost the game against Man City, and you know when. You know, he's got Napoli, or when he had Napoli, he had the likes of Koulibaly. At Everton, he has the likes of Holgate and Kane, or Keane or whatever, and it's not the same. And it's like Koulibaly, I personally feel anyway, is probably the next defender down from Virgil van Dijk. I'd probably say in world football, but that's totally my opinion. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that as well. But I can definitely see what you mean, Mark. Dave, sorry, I definitely know what you mean. I can see what you mean by the defensive football, and they are going to be very defensive. I think they're going to be on the counter attack quite a lot. And I think Liverpool are going to be dominant with possession and chances, and I think that they're going to try and get that sneaky goal where Liverpool are just caught off guard. But yeah, hopefully that will be the case on Sunday. What else have we got? Henderson set to be our best captain ever. Yeah, he looks to be like that. I think if we were to win the Premier League, then it would be a real conversation. And it does look likely that Liverpool could be Premier League champions come May, but it's still so much football to be played yet. And I've seen that stat going around on Twitter, with Liverpool could win the Premier League trophy. I think on the same weekend we play Everton away, so we could win the Premier League at Goodison Park. That would be unbelievable if that could happen. But I think Liverpool will drop points. Well, I am gonna have a podcast up soon on. We're gonna be talking about Liverpool season. I'm just trying to get a guest on at the moment, trying to get that right guest as well. Obviously, I think our last podcast was with. Who was it with? Craig from the Anfield Agenda. I think that was the last podcast we did. That was about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So obviously we'd space out practically the podcast. The podcast needs to be special, and hopefully we're going to get a very special guest on soon, and hopefully you guys like the podcasts and all like that. But yeah, keep your comments coming in, guys. Obviously this is the match preview, so get your questions coming in. Ask me anything Liverpool related, non-Liverpool related. And yeah, also if new people are watching as well, Happy New Year. Obviously it is now a bit late for that, but Happy New Year to all of you as well, if you are watching for the first time, or you in the chat and you wasn't in a couple of days ago. Dave still can't see them winning at Anfield, and then Dave replied, Mark, neither can I. They will park the bus. Yeah, guys, I totally agree with you. Like I said, I think that Carlo Ancelotti is the only manager to beat Liverpool so far this season, and he knows the ways of beating Liverpool. And but that was with a Napoli team. It's not an Everton team, and I'm not it sounds really disrespectful, and it kind of is in a way, because at Napoli he had the likes of Koulibaly, he had is it Fabian? I think it's Fabian in midfield. You had Dries Mertens, you had Insigne there, and Everton, they don't really have those players. I think Everton's biggest threat is probably Richarlison. I think he is a big threat. I think Calvert-Lewin has been really, really good. What I've read anyway, since Carlo Ancelotti has come into the team. So it's all things like that. But I think Everton are going to be taking this really, really seriously. They're going to try and beat Liverpool at Anfield. They're going to be up for it. But I just think Liverpool are going to be way too strong for them, personally anyway. I think that it's going to be, I think, probably one of those games where we said that they parked the bus. I think they're going to counter-attack, and then we're just going to counter-attack back. And I think that Liverpool are just going to be too much for them, because even if we were to play, youngsters and all like that, we can still have the experienced guys on the bench. So if anything does go wrong, put them on, and then they'll sort themselves out. So, you know, it's kind of like that, to be fair. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Also, as well, guys, if you are watching, then please do like the stream. All the likes is really appreciated, guys. And you know, it lets me know that you like these videos, you like me talking to you guys about Liverpool, my thoughts and my opinions. Obviously, we're a new channel as well, so if you can as well, then please do you know, share out the channel, guys. Obviously, I really appreciate it. And also, guys, if you want to talk to me, you know, anytime, you know, if I'm not streaming or I am, or anything interesting comes up you want me to report on, then please do follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. I do try and message you guys as much as I can. So yeah, hopefully you know, hopefully you guys are already following on Twitter and Instagram, but if you're not, all the links are in the video description down below. So that's my plug-in done then for a moment. Let me talk back into you guys. I think our fitness is massively I think our fitness is a massive boost for us, said Mark. Yeah, I think that, you know, Klopp knows what he's doing, and Klopp knows exactly what players can play, because, you know, what the nutrition guys will probably be going, you know, you can probably play that guy now, but you won't be able to play him, you know, in 3 weeks time, because, you know, he will be like, you know, he'll be worn out practically. And I think what Liverpool are doing this season is very, very good. You know, we haven't rotated a lot, you know, over recent weeks. We didn't rotate a lot between the Leicester game and the Wolves game. We didn't rotate much, you know, for the Sheffield United game yesterday. And, you know, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if Jurgen Klopp rotates on Sunday. And, you know, it's going to be, I think, a very, very interesting, you know, topic on whether or not he will change things. But yeah, we will dive into my starting 11 prediction. Put your starting 11 prediction in the comments, guys, and I'll get to them in a moment. Dave the Anfield Cat, do you think Ancelotti will be a success at Everton? If so, to what level? It's whether or not, in my opinion. I think Ancelotti is probably, like, you know, one of the best managers in the world. I think he is. I think he's definitely in the top 10 managers in the world. But for me, it's all about recruitment with Everton. You know, obviously I don't watch Everton, you know, week in, week out. I watch them maybe if they're on Sky Sports or anything like that, and obviously if they're playing against Liverpool. But, you know, for me, I think that recruitment is a big, big thing for Everton. And, you know, over the last couple of years, they've recruited really badly. You know, that season where they signed, I think it was Rooney and Sigurdsson in the same season, you know, that was a no-no for them. Obviously, commentators and, you know, reporters were constantly having a go at Everton. And I also think, you know, they need to maybe look at, you know, Liverpool in a sense. You know, obviously we've signed Takumi Minamino for, you know, what was it, 7.2 million, and, you know, that was his release clause. But, you know, well, it's gone out. But, you know, his overall price was around 25-30 million, but Liverpool found that you know, that release clause, you know, so they need to look for stuff like that. And what level of success do I think he can get? If he can get into the top 6 for Everton, I think that'd be good for them. But, you know, I don't see them winning a cup. You know, they haven't won a trophy since 1995. We do like to remind them of that. But yeah, I don't think that, you know, if they can get into the top 6, then for them, I think you'll be perfect for them. But, you know, if he was to win them a trophy, then, you know, he could probably, you know, do very, very well for them. And, you know, to be fair, the only trophy I can see them winning under Carlo Ancelotti is maybe the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, or something like that. Or if they were to break into the top 6, maybe a Europa League, if they were to totally focus on that. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think really, you know, Everton are going to do well. You know, I don't want them to do well. Obviously, they're Liverpool rival. But yeah, to be fair, we're miles from them at the minute. But to be fair, they've done really well in getting Carlo Ancelotti. You know, they've offered him apparently a ton of money. So, you know, obviously it's a big job for Carlo Ancelotti, because I don't think really he's had this type of job before. So, it'd be interesting to see whether or not he can, manage it, to be fair. It's going to happen, a weaker side playing, said Mickey. Yeah, it could happen. Let me get into my starting 11 prediction then. Like I said, guys, please let me know your starting 11 prediction. Who do you think will start on Sunday? But for me, I've gone for a mixture. I think that, Liverpool could go with experience and a bit of, youngsters as well. So I've got in goal Adrian. I think this will probably be the only type of games where I think that he will be able to play in, personally anyway. And then I've gone with Nico Williams, obviously the 16-year-old Welsh international, giving Trent Alexander-Arnold a rest. Obviously, Williams has been in the Liverpool setup now for, I think, the start of the season, so, he knows now. Obviously, he played in the Carabao Cup. He looked very impressive in the Carabao Cup as well, but yeah, I think he will play against Everton. And then I think Liverpool will go with experience, and at the back, I think, obviously we got Nat Phillips back, but I do personally think that Liverpool will go with Joey Gomez and Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, that partnership at the moment has been superb. Excuse me. I think that, that partnership at the minute has got us 5 consecutive clean sheets in the league. That's the first time since 2007 that we've done that. So, that's going to be very, very crucial. And then at left back, I think it's going to be Mr. Reliable in James Milner. He's like a fine wine, but, I do think he will rest the both fullbacks. Obviously, they've played a load of football. So is Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez. But I think, them two, they are, very crucial to that centre-back, to that defence, then I could say. You could see the likes of Nat Phillips, but to be fair, I think maybe he was just brought in as precaution, really. I think there's rumours as well he could be going back to Stuttgart at the end of January when the likes of Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren comes back, so that's good news in a sense, really. But then in midfield, I do believe, we are going to go for a 4-2-3-1. I did talk about this earlier on. I can see Nerdboy in the chat. How are you, sir? I will get talking to you guys in a moment, but I am, doing our start 11 prediction. I think Adam Lallana will start in a 6. I am going 4-2-3-1, like I just said. So I think Adam Lallana will start in the 6th role alongside Gini Wijnaldum. And then in that number 10 role, I have gone with Takumi Minamino. I do think Takumi Minamino will get his debut for Liverpool Football Club. And I also do think as well that, it's going to be a big game for him. And hopefully he can do well in a Liverpool shirt. Obviously number 18 as well, getting that number from the legend Dirk Kuyt. And, hopefully be able to do very well in a Liverpool shirt. Up front then, I've gone Sadio Mane. Obviously, Mane has played a lot of football for Liverpool Football Club, since the start of the season. But, I do think he will be playing on that left-hand side. I think he was taken off pretty much early enough for him to start this game, so I think he will play against Everton. And then I will go with his partner in crime, Divock Origi. Like a few people were saying in the chat, he does love scoring. I think it was Mickey that said it. He does love scoring against Everton, and I do think Divock Origi will be given an opportunity to slay Carlo Ancelotti's Everton in the FA Cup. And then some people would say that I could be going with Mo Salah. I'm not going with Mo Salah. I'm going to go with young Harvey Elliott. I think that, he come on against Sheffield United, and, I know a few people, were saying that you can't play Harvey Elliott, and all. I guess that's rubbish. You can. It's a Merseyside derby. It's going to be very big for him. But, I think that, the quality that he has shown, in games that we've seen him so far this season, obviously against Aston Villa, he was the best player on the pitch, I thought, for both teams. And games that we have seen him in, in under 23 games and other games like that, I thought he's been really good. So I do think Harvey Elliott will get his opportunity to show his class against Everton in the third round of the FA Cup as well. I do have to say as well, guys, excuse me, I was touching my nose there. I do have to say as well, kickoff is at 4:01. They're having a minute, I think, applause for mental health, and mental health is going to be a big part of the FA Cup this season. So, you know, it's really, really good that they're showing, you know, support towards mental health. Obviously, you know, I've known people that suffered from mental health problems myself. So, you know, it's just, you know, it's nice to see that they are taking an interest in mental health, and mental health is becoming such a big thing. So it's just really, really good that they can have a minute applause to support mental health in the FA Cup this season. So, and also, guys, if you want to watch the game for UK watchers anyway, it is on BBC One. So, you know, it's free for you guys. So hopefully you guys will be able to watch it, watch the Reds hopefully beat Everton in the FA Cup. But yeah, let me dive back into the chat with you guys. But yeah, that's my starting 11 prediction. Please let me know your starting 11 predictions in the comments, or if you're watching on repeat, then please don't feel shy. Please put it in the comments section down below. And if you are watching right now, then please like and share the video as well. And hopefully, if you are new around here, then please do feel free to subscribe. So there we go. I've got all that out. But yeah, let me get back into the chat with you guys. Dave the Anfield Cat. To my knowledge, Carlo hasn't had... Oh, it scrolled up. Let me find out. Carlo hasn't had to build a team as poor as Everton. It's a big job. Yeah, I think it is a really big job for him. But, you know, with a manager as Carlo Ancelotti, I think he'd be able to do fine for Everton, to be fair. I think top 6 UEFA Cup maximum for Blues. Yeah, probably, mate. It's... You know, I said that's probably going to be the biggest thing that you could probably do for Everton. Nerd Boy is in. How are you, sir? A few people saying hi to Nerd Boy. I think Virgil will 100% rest. You know, I've seen a few people saying they'll rest Virgil van Dijk. I think he plays, in my opinion. You know, I've gone with Gomez and Van Dijk. I did have in my head, to be fair, I thought maybe Joe Gomez and Nat Phillips could play together at some point. You know, I thought that maybe that might be able to, you know, bring that, you know, that partnership up a little bit. But yeah, I just went with Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez. But to be fair, the whole starting line prediction could be wrong. It could be wrong. Jurgen Klopp might just go, you know, Alisson Becker in goal, Trent, Robbo, Van Dijk, Gomez, Henderson, Wijnaldum, play Minamino in the 10, and then, you know, play the front 3. He might do that. I don't know. It's seriously like, we don't know what Klopp is going to go with and what he's going to do. You know, I think I read somewhere James Pearce has said that all the youngsters are meant to play. So, you know, who knows? I do seriously do not know what could happen. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you think Klopp's going to go experience, or is he going to go with the youngsters? What else have we got? I think VVD might get a half, said Mark. Maybe if the game is dead and buried, then, you know, maybe then he might, you know, do it then. But, you know, I don't know, guys. I don't know whether or not he will. I think if Virgil was to start, I think he'd play the entire game. And, you know, I just think maybe that, to be fair. What else have we got? VVD has played every minute for us besides Carabao Cup. Yeah, that's true, mate. You know, he played all of last season as well, apart from the time he got injured as well. So, you know, it's anyone's guess really on what Jurgen's going to do. Maybe he might go Gomez, and, you know, he might even play Jordan Henderson in defence. We've seen it before. But yeah, I just think that, you know, he'll play Virgil, because Virgil is always the centre-back he goes with. What else have we got? Excuse me. Klopp says he will not take in... I don't know what that says. Rudra... What's that? Rudra? I think that's how you say it. Rudra? I could be Rudra G anyway. For how long is Naby out? We don't know, mate. Honestly, you know, Jurgen said that he went for a scan today while he was doing the press conference. It wasn't confirmed or anything. You know, no injuries were confirmed. Well, he looks to be injured, but we don't know for how long. You know, as soon as we know, we'll report on it for you. If you're following us on, well, if you're not following us on Twitter, then we will say it on Twitter, more or less. for you guys. So, please go and check us out on Twitter, and we'll, bring it straight out for you. But yeah, at the minute, mate, we don't know. We don't know what's wrong with Naby Keita. We know what it is. It's probably his groin. But, we don't know the extent of the damage, then we could say. Nerd Boy's gone, have said his team. Adrian, Nico, Keanu Hoover, Matt Phillips, Milner, Lorici, Lallana, Jones, Minamino, Elliot, Brewster, Origi. That's Nerd Boy's gone with Adrian, Nico Williams, Keanu Hoover, Matt Phillips, and James Milner. Lorici, I don't think Lorici and Milner would probably play in the same team. One of them probably be playing left back. Lallana, Jones, Minamino, Elliot, Brewster, and Origi. To be fair, I can see a few of those players in Jurgen Klopp's team, but I don't think he'd go that low down. To be fair, I think he will play a few senior players. But to be fair, that's your starting 11 prediction. And to be fair, if Jurgen was to go in there, then fair play. I can't really ask him that. What else have we got? I think at least a couple of weeks out. It does. What I was reading, the worst case scenario, I think it'd be like a month out or something like that. If it was best case scenario, it'd be about 10 days out. So, one or the other, it's hopefully the 10 days or 7 days. Hopefully he can rest up his groin, but hopefully Naby will be okay, because whenever Naby's been playing lately, he's been absolutely superb. And I think that especially with this Liverpool team progressing as it is, and we were starting to see the real Naby Keita that we had paid a lot of money for, to be fair. And we've waited for this Naby Keita now. Everyone was asking for that Leipzig Naby Keita, but we were finally seeing the Liverpool Naby Keita, and he was progressing really, really well. But sadly, injuries have become a proper thing now for Naby, but hopefully he'll be okay anyway. What a shame. Naby was really coming good. I am really disappointed. Same here, mate. I'm a huge fan of Naby Keita. Mickey, if you don't know Mickey, he is a part of the COP Council. We were talking a while ago now about Naby Keita. I've had to tell Mickey, just stay patient about him, mate, because he is a really good talent, and he was becoming a really good talent. Like I said, he was becoming Liverpool's Naby Keita now, but it's just a shame that injuries have been such a bad thing for him, to be fair. And hopefully hopefully he can get over the injuries, because he is a very, very good talent, and Naby Keita is a real addition to this Liverpool midfield, and hopefully he will be okay and the injury is not too bad. Mark said, isn't Lorici injured? I thought he was as well, but a few people have said that he isn't. I don't really watch academy football. I watch it sometimes, but I don't really know, mate. If anyone can let me know in the comment section, then that would be really grateful. But I don't really know if Lorici is injured or not. If he isn't, then I'd say play him, because he is a very good left back. We obviously saw that in pre-season before he got injured against Sevilla, I think it was. But please let me know. I think he would have had more senior players, but too many injuries, said Nerd. But I think that maybe if the likes of Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren and Fabinho, if they were back maybe last week, then maybe they might have all started today. Not today, sorry, Sunday. Maybe they might have featured, or they might have even started. Klopp might have even started with a defense of Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren, but sadly it's not the case. They're back probably. It's more like the end of January now, it looks like, anyway. But it to be fair, he did say that Joel Matip and Fabinho, and I think he said Dejan Lovren as well, I did say this early on, are all out running now on the pitch. The only one that isn't at the moment is Ox, so maybe Ox is going to be at the end of the month, and then the three of them then will be back then in the middle of the month. So that's very good news then in a sense, because obviously that's more players back and all like that. But yeah, hopefully they will all be back for Liverpool Football Club. New boys talking to Mark there. That nation competition he went to buggered Keita. Yeah, it was the African Cup of Nations he went to in the summer, and it did bugger him up, to be fair. What did you say, New boy, to Mark? Lol, I thought he just scored a late winner for us in the academy. I might have done. Thinking about Larici there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. To be fair, it's very rarely I watch academy football. I do sometimes watch it. I might tune in to LFC TV and watch it, but yeah, to be fair, I don't really watch academy football that much. You know, maybe if they're coming up from you know, to come into the first team, then I might watch them a bit. But yeah, to be fair, I don't really watch academy football. Thought Ox was back soon. He is back soon. He's back at the end of this month. You know, it was only a 4-week injury, so you know he's back. He will be back at the end of the month. You know, excuse me. He won't be back. You know, in a week or two. It's more. It's going to be more likely the third week of January, going into the last week of January, they will be back. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back better than ever. He was becoming good as well. You know, Ox obviously having a year out due to that bad knee injury that he had in that, I think it was the semi-final of the Champions League against Rome, and you know that was, you know, his opportunity taken away. But yeah, so far this season he's been very, very good for Liverpool when he's played in a midfield role. When he's played out on the wing, I thought maybe sometimes he's been very, very poor for Liverpool. But you know, when he's playing in that midfield role, he is a very, very good player for Liverpool. But yeah, keep your questions coming in, guys. I'll be going for another 10 minutes and then I'll be calling it a night. Obviously, this has been the match preview for the Everton game. So yeah, keep your questions coming in. If it's anything football related as well, obviously we've been talking a bit about Everton. Obviously, I think Dave the Anfield Cat was talking a bit about it as well. But yeah, just keep your questions coming in, guys. If it's football related, if it's real life related, you know, just put it in the comments and I'll answer it. You know, I want us to talk about, you know, obviously Liverpool and football, or like you know, anything in, you know, real life terms as well. You know, we can talk about that as well. So you know, don't feel shy, guys. Please put you know, in the comment section down below. But let me just rerun then what we've been talking about tonight. Obviously, this has been the match preview for the Everton game. It will be on BBC One. Kickoff is at 4:01. Obviously, they're having a 1 minute you know, acknowledgement of mental health. That's the whole thing about the FA Cup this season. Mental health is a big, big thing. Obviously, the FA Cup and the FA are supporting mental health. Obviously, mental health is a big, big problem, you know, around the UK, and it needs to be, you know, sorted or like that. I've had, you know, friends and family that have suffered with mental health. So, you know, guys, you know, all the support that you can show to mental health at the moment is very, very crucial. I'm just happy now that the FA and, you know, a competition like the FA Cup is actually showing support towards the cause. You know, Liverpool can make history tomorrow as well. Obviously, a repeat of 2 years ago. Obviously, we've been talking about Takumi Minamino. Could he make his debut tomorrow? Obviously, you know, not mental health, sorry. Obviously, we've been talking about Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, I'm wearing 2 years ago's kit. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk made his debut against Everton in the FA Cup, and you know, we all know what happened there. You know, he made history, becoming, you know, an instant hero of Liverpool as soon as he put on that kit. And you know, it wasn't meant to happen. Jurgen Klopp confirmed it today. It wasn't meant to happen. You know, and you know, he just thought, bugger it, we're going to play Virgil, and you know, the rest is history. You know, he's now the best defender in the world, in my opinion. You know, it's not just my opinion now, it's the world's opinion. You know, obviously so close to winning the Ballon d'Or. You know, and unfortunately, you know, it's you know, he is the best defender in the world, and I don't think anyone, to be fair, even gets close to Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, as well, Liverpool will be able to wear the Club World Cup badge. Obviously, we haven't been able to wear it in the Premier League. We wore it against Wolves. That was a one-off situation. We can wear it in the Champions League, and now we can wear it in the FA Cup as well. I don't know why the Premier League doesn't want to show off the world champions, but they don't for some reason. But hopefully now we'll stay in the FA Cup for a while. Hopefully we'll be able to show off that nice gold badge right in the centre of our kit, and hopefully Liverpool will be able to get the victory over Everton and show who we are. We're the world champions, we're the European champions, and hopefully we'll be the Premier League champions as well come May. But yeah, obviously we've been talking about Naby Keita as well, that whole injury situation. We've been talking a bit about Shaqiri as well. I personally think Shaqiri would have started this game if he wasn't injured. Obviously he's had his injury problems of late as well. We've been talking about our starting line prediction. You guys have contributed to that, and yeah, we've just been talking back and forth. I personally think Liverpool win 3-1. Let me know your guys' thoughts about that as well. What is your not starting line prediction, your score prediction for the game on Sunday? And yeah, that's pretty much what we've been talking about today. Let me jump straight back into the comments, guys, and then I'll be heading off pretty soon. I think that the front three are out. They really need rest, especially Mane. Pretty much had no summer off and come back scoring and assisting like crazy. He definitely needs a rest and can see in this game now. Yeah, I got Mane in my team, but I think, if Liverpool got the job done early, I think probably he would be taken off straight away. He was taken off first against Sheffield United, so I think in that point he will probably go off first again in this game. He might not even play in this game. He might come off on the bench, so you never know. But to be fair, Liverpool will have a full week's rest after this game, so maybe he might play a full team. You never know. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on that. We will be out to win this game though, said Mark. Yeah, it's Everton, it's a Merseyside derby. The whole of Liverpool is going to be invested in this game, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see, what maybe happens. Will Liverpool be able to, thrash Everton like they did a couple of weeks ago, 5-2? So maybe they might be able to do that again. But, the whole of Liverpool are going to be watching this game, and probably the whole world watching the European champions, the world champions, take on Everton. So, everyone's going to be watching it, especially because it's Sunday as well. Klopp pretty much said whoever plays for the shirt. Exactly, mate. Everyone knows that by now. It's not the it's the badge on the front, not the player on the back, that makes the club. So it's as simple as that. But to be fair, it's pretty much that nailed on. It's because they didn't allow United to do it, so we can't have it on our badge. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not because of that. It's simply not because of that. I know what you mean by that, but it's not because of that. Liverpool need to... so basically, in the Premier League, with the whole Premier League, you need to submit it and all like that. Obviously, they submitted and tried to get it on for the rest of the season, but the Premier League would only allow it for one game. It wasn't because United, wasn't that. It was, wasn't because of that. But hopefully maybe next season they might do it. Who knows? Especially if Liverpool were to win the Champions League again, obviously they would go on to obviously they would be able to go and then maybe appeal against it and hopefully have it for next season onwards. Mickey's going with a 1-0. I know you think it's going to be a very, very tight game, mate. I've gone for a 3-1, so I've gone for a bit of a gap. But, to be fair, it's gonna be close because it's Carlo Ancelotti, to be fair. But yeah, I do think Liverpool are gonna prevail. What else have we got? Is it because it's a World Award and not an EPL award? No, I think it's to do with registration and all like that. I think anyway. Have we got permission to wear the gold badge in the FA Cup? Yes, Dave, we have got permission to wear it in the FA Cup. I think as well, potentially, I think we could have worn in the Carabao Cup as well, but obviously we're knocked out of that, so won't be able to wear it this season. But yeah, I think we can wear it in pretty much all competitions apart from the Premier League. So Nerd Boy's going with a 3-2 Everton. Nerd Boy, get out my chat. What are you doing, man? No. No. We don't predict Liverpool to lose. Yeah. No. Get out my chat. No, I'm joking. To be fair, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But no, I'm massively disagreeing with that. I see Mark in the chat going, "Whoa, Nerd Boy." Yeah. No. It's not. No. 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 We don't accept losing here. Obviously. Maybe I can see why you think that. I can see that you're saying it depends on the squad, but Liverpool to lose? No, in my opinion, mate. Liverpool, no matter what team, I think will win. I predicted, to be fair, us to beat Aston Villa when it was under 21s, but yeah, it is going to be close. But yeah, I don't think Everton are going to win. I don't think, to be fair, they have the squad to beat us. To be fair, I think the home advantage is a massive factor, said Mark. Yeah, it's Anfield. They haven't beaten us in 21 years at Anfield. So, what's going to make the difference now? They're not going to beat us at Anfield. Simple as that. Come Monday, I'll have egg on my face saying that. But, yeah, Liverpool will be... I strongly think Liverpool will beat Everton, no matter what the team is. True. I think I already read that. Mickey said it's going to be close. It is going to be close. Carlo Ancelotti is the only manager to beat us so far this season, and it's going to be very, very close. It is, but I think Liverpool are going to win and aren't going to beat Carlo Ancelotti's Everton team. Plus, it's Ancelotti, and if we play young, still, I don't think you could be predicting against Liverpool. If you personally think that way, then fair enough. But yeah, to be fair, no, you never support against Liverpool. We can all think that maybe, but yeah, no, I think we'll beat Everton. It's a Merseyside derby. So far, Klopp has won every single Merseyside derby he's been a part of, apart from one, I think it is. I think we drew 0-0. So maybe that's just me anyway. Just hope we don't pick up any injury, said Mark. Hopefully we won't. We can't afford to pick up any more injuries. Obviously with Fabinho and Ox being out in midfield, and Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren being out as well. So, in that aspect, we can't afford any more injuries. With us, resting players and Everton are better under new manager, said Mickey. Yeah, maybe, but to be fair, I can't see Liverpool losing at the moment. The whole mentality around the squad is very good, and I think Klopp might go mixed. And we've beaten Arsenal team. I think when you look at the Carabao Cup, they played a very mixed team as well. They had a few, first team regulars. They had, they pretty much had the Europa League team. And, the young Liverpool team managed to beat them. And, they managed to score 5 goals. Remember that. They managed to score 5 goals against Arsenal that play, probably every couple of weeks with the Europa League. So, I'm just going to leave that there. So I think that Liverpool youngsters will be able to cope anyway, even if that was the case. But I think, like I predicted, I think Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez will be playing anyway. So that's experience right there in those games. So, that's my opinion anyway, guys. But let me know your guys' thoughts on that as well. Not going to lie, I take an Everton loss and a Prem and UCL that risking starting 11 players due to fatigue. Yeah, of course, I would rather... I'd rather a Premier League... a Premier League or Champions League. But at the end of the day, I think that, Jurgen knows exactly what to do. And, look at last season. Did we win third round? I think we did. And then we got knocked out, by Wolves then. Last season, but to be fair, I just can't see Liverpool losing against Everton. That's just me. like I said, Jurgen Klopp has won every single game against Everton, apart from once when we drew, and that I think was in the middle of the Champions League weeks against Manchester City. So Liverpool know exactly, and going talking about the whole situation with the undefeated streak, as not undefeated streak, but we're undefeated right now in the league. We haven't lost a game, and last season we only lost one game. So just looking at it like that, it's very easy to not think this Liverpool team can go all the way in competitions. The Premier League, loads of people saying it's wrapped up already. It's not wrapped up already. Liverpool have to finish the job now until May. But the Champions League is going to be a priority again. The FA Cup, I think, is going to be a priority for Liverpool. And I think that maybe we can do it. Again, maybe the FA Cup might become an added addition. Who knows? To be fair, Jurgen Klopp could probably pick the strongest team we got or go with full youngsters, but I think Liverpool will win against Everton on the weekend. Adrian in net as well, said Mark. Yeah, I've gone with Adrian as well. I think that Alisson could play easily, but I think Adrian will get his go out then, to be fair. Nerdboy said, imagine if we buy out Karius and he plays on the weekend. That ain't happening. I could see you cry facing with it. It's not happening. That ain't happening at all. Loris Karius is practically gone now from Liverpool. I think at the end of the season it will be it will be pretty much confirmed that he's gone. I think it's around £8 million. I think the rumoured price for Karius is, but who knows. We got beat in the third round. I thought it was the third round, but I wasn't sure if we had won a game. But still, anyway, I think that Klopp might take the FA Cup into consideration this season. Obviously, winning the Champions League and now being in such a lead in the Premier League, he might add the FA Cup for probably the youngsters. But I think against Everton, he'll want to beat Everton and Anfield. I think if it was away from home, I think he wouldn't care so much, but because it's at Anfield, he wants to win every single game at Anfield anyway. I doubt we protest FA Cup. Klopp hate domestic cups. He does, but I think against Everton it will be like I said, he'll want to win the game. Any more questions then, guys? I'll be going for another 5 minutes and then I'll be calling it a night then. We've been going for an hour now, and thank you for the support that you guys are showing towards the channel at the moment. Obviously, if you're on your own here, then please do feel free to give the Cop Council a subscribe. Be massively appreciated, and hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day today. Anyway, what outcome for Harry Wilson, said Mark. So what I know of right now, Bournemouth are very high on him, and Bournemouth want to sign him in the summer. But I think Jurgen Klopp maybe wants to send him out on loan again, or maybe even incorporate him into the Liverpool side for next season, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's most likely Bournemouth will probably sign him for about, I think it's around 35 million pounds. It might even be 25 million, so it's going to be something like that. Maybe if he impresses even more with Bournemouth, then his price tag's going to be going up even more. I think he gave away a penalty against West Ham when they played them, so hopefully Harry Wilson will become good. I wanted Harry Wilson to stay at Liverpool this season, and now looking at it, he wouldn't have got any game time, but he would have been an added addition towards the squad. But he, for me, is a very good young talent, and hopefully he'll be okay in the future. Nerdboy, I think Wilson gets sold to Bournemouth. I think you spelled it right? Yeah, you spelled it right. To be honest, I don't see it for him at LFC. Yeah, I just said about that, mate. I would bring him back if Brewster goes out on loan. So what I understand with Brewster as well, Brewster is most likely going to stay at Liverpool now, but obviously that can change within like 3 weeks, a month. What I also think as well, Swansea City are actually firm favourites for Brewster if he was to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. So you know, just take that in mind. He might leave at the end of the not at the end of the season, sorry, in January. But at the moment, I think it's more likely he will be playing for Liverpool now for the rest of the season. But yeah, hopefully, you know, hopefully he'll stay. You know, hopefully towards the end of the season, maybe if Liverpool have wrapped up the Premier League trophy, well, the Premier League title, you know, early, maybe, hopefully, he might get some game time. You know, you never know. Hopefully, that will be a thing. But yeah, I don't think he'll leave Liverpool in January. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it there then, guys. Thank you so much for tonight's stream. Obviously, we've been going for about an hour and 5 minutes now. And, you know, I just want to thank you guys for the support you have shown towards the Cop Council and to the channel, well, to the channel basically, over the last few weeks. You know, you guys' support, you know, it's brilliant. Hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow. Might stream, I might not, but, you know, if not, then I will be on Twitter, like I said, on Instagram. If you're not following us on them, then please hit, you know, the video description. You know, all of our links will be there, you know, Instagram, Twitter, everything but there. But yeah, hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow. If I'm not, then you can obviously chat to me on there. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. This has been the Everton match preview. Hopefully we will see Takumi Minamino get his debut for Liverpool, and yeah, hopefully the Reds will be able to win on Sunday. So yeah, that's pretty much it from you guys. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. Thank you all for supporting the stream. If you are new around here, then please do subscribe. And if you are watching live or on repeat, then please do like the video to let me know that you like the streams. But yeah, that's pretty much it from you guys. I've been Connor from the Cop Council, and I'll see you all in a bit. Ta-ra.